Hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm not going to be long. Not going to be long at all with any of you. Thank you for watching this video, regardless if you're watching live or if you are watching a replay. I'm actually in the garden right now. I just finished lunch, and usually I prefer to be out here. Blossom rot. I hate that. It's been pouring rain, so sometimes that happens. Anyway, I wanted to come on here because I was FaceTiming one of my friends earlier today, and smack dab in the middle of our conversation, she just gave me a compliment. And I want to preface this by saying I have received compliments before that had some of the context that she shared, and I'm gonna share with you the context. Excuse me, I'm in my robe. I know so many YouTubers will vlog with, full makeup on and stuff, and sometimes I do that. But on this occasion, I am not. Yes, I gardening in my robe. But anyway, I'm gonna go over to the pavilion and sit down. She had given me a compliment that has sprinkles of, she gave me a compliment that I've received some of these same words before, but they were always sprinkled with some type of sarcasm, or I don't know. It always was given to me in a negative way. So I will be the one left confused with rather what they said was a compliment or not. But anyway, what she said was, you are growing into being the matriarch of your family. And she went on and said, you are doing all the things that the matriarchs do. And I have a matriarch in my family who thankfully is still very much alive on my mom's side. And then on my dad's side, our matriarch pretty much passed away. And usually the matriarch is like the grandma, or the grandfather or whatever. And she went on to explain like how the matriarch is the person in the family who people can call on when they need prayer, when they need assistance, when they need remedies, or, things, remedies to things that they're ailed with. The person who probably cooks from scratch, who cooks all the food that's so good. The person who has the home that people go to for refuge, or to get a good meal, or will have all of the holiday gatherings. What else has she said? The matriarch is the person that you go to when you have marital issues. People will call on you when they just need to talk about things and they know they can get some sound spiritual advice. When they need help with learning what to do with their kids, because they more than likely had a lot of kids. And I wouldn't say that those are all of the criterias. She said so many more, but I was on the phone with her and I was just like, I think that is the compliment that sometimes people have the intent. I can't say they all do, because some of them really will be so condescending with the compliment of, because I'll say I cook from scratch, or I'll say I homeschool my kids, or I'll say things like, oh, I grow a lot of our own food, or whatever. And they'll say things in a way where it's like, of course you do. Or they're saying in a way where you feel as if like they want you to feel bad for choosing a different alternative than what's popular. And I don't ever want make people feel bad for choosing what they do, but usually I get the more condescending compliment when it comes into things that I do. And I'm pretty sure there are people that are very similar that have experienced the same things. But this compliment really brightened my perspective, because something else we were talking about was that a lot of what we learned, no one taught us. And some things that I do, I actually were taught, but there are also a lot of things that I do that I was never taught, and I decided that I wanted to learn it myself. And that's not to blame my parents, because I think my parents had a goal, had goals that they were really driving for, and to me, they achieved them. And I think that they included their goals, more than likely included them and what they want out of life for themselves. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think a lot of people have goals like that. I think they also had goals that included me and my little sister on what they want for their kids. But the difference between my parents and myself, when I'm listening to this compliment, it brightened my perspective, because I don't do this for me or just my kids. I am also doing this for my grandkids. This property that we purchased, it was literally not just for us, because we know we won't live forever, It's for generations after me. And so it really brightened up my perspective, gave it a lot more illumination, because every day there's toil. Like, there is full-fledged toil. And though I would like things to be easier, I am fully aware and walk in that understanding that they're not easy yet. And to get to a more easier time, which I don't even necessarily think there will be a full easier time, it will just be a growing of contentment that I think will come upon me. Like how it is with cooking, it has grown. I have grown to a contentment of cooking only for men. And so I cook in a way that now I enjoy. But it wasn't always that way. It felt more like extreme labor, and there was no positive attitude in it originally. But the compliment brightened my perspective towards everything that I'm doing now, because it allows me to see things in a way that's further than me, that's outside of me. And even her looking at me from the non-family, she's not a member of my family. Of course, I've known her over 15 years. It still is very much like, wow, this is also the impression I'm making with those around me. Because something else she said was, yeah, you're the matriarch for me. And I was like, wow. And so I just really wanted to put that out there. If you are living counterculturally similar to myself, or even maybe just with a little bit of deviation that fits your life, just know that you could possibly be creating the matriarch within yourself. Like, God could literally be using you to be that, and not to say it in a way that puts more weight on you, more pressure or more anxiety, because that definitely did not happen. When she said that, it did not translate weight or pressure to me. It was mainly an encouragement, and it really was something that helped me see like the beauty of everything that I experienced, because everything she said was very accurate. And I feel so thankful that God is doing that within me, because the matriarch in a family even historically, is one of the main, it's like a puzzle piece that kind of keeps the family even grounded sometimes and even secure, not in an idealistic way, but in a way that allows you to feel like you're not alone, or that maybe you even have something to strive for. Or because like when I look at my grandmother, and even growing up, I would spend summers at my grandmother's house, regardless if she lived out of town or if she lived, within the same city of me. Lots of time with my grandparents because, like I said, my parents had other goals. They had goals that were not to be a nurturing, they were to be a better stability structure than the way that they were raised. And they achieved that greatly. And I'm thankful, like enormously thankful for that. But also growing up, watching my grandmother and how she exuded hospitality and still does. How she took time. She's not a baker, but she was very considerate of how people felt when they were in her presence, when they came to her home, about the presentation of her house, those types of things, even inside and out. How the grass look? How does the rose bushes look? How does everything look? Because it also was a part of the home. It was a part of what made a home. And so looking at her and knowing that she's the person that we still call to this day when it's time for prayer. Someone's sick. You call in the matriarch, the prayers get answered. Like the prayers are being answered that night. And you feel closer to them, but also you feel closer to God because you know that God has been a provision for that person's life. And so you start to strive to want to know that God. I want to know who provides for her. How does she become that content or joyful or at peace in situations that, could more than likely tear you apart in that present time? Like, I'm becoming that. And I felt so encouraged that she even, looks at me like that. Like I'm not about to cry on here, but I don't have any problem with it. But I just wanted to just get on here and say that I was walking through the garden and I was just thinking about that compliment, looking at my corn, looking at my watermelons, looking at the green beans that I more than likely will be eating this Sunday. Hopefully they come all the way up in here. But you could really be the matriarch of your family. God could really be doing that in you. So, all right, that's all I wanted to say. I hope y'all are having a blessed week. I do intend to be on here a little bit more. As you may have noticed, I am doing more shorts and stuff, and I'm trying to give you guys some more quality things where I can have more. I'm trying to give more quality videos, but if I can't give them in the length that I would like, I will give it in a short. If you do not know, I also have a Facebook page, Likewise Living, as well as a Instagram. I do have a TikTok too, where it has nothing to do with gardening or whatever, but it's just me having fun with my family. I do have some things that are the same, but I do have a lot more other stuff on there. But yeah, I'll be happy if you follow me on there. And also, if you listen to podcasts, I have a podcast that I co-host with my best friend called Wifeyhood. And what we're doing, we're just really talking about life as a wife, no sugar added, no sugar coating whatsoever. We're literally just shooting a breeze in our full born and raised in Detroit vernacular and living life according to Christ on the podcast. So yeah, if you love stuff like that, please also follow me there. I guess I should change my cover. I'll do that. I'll change my cover so you'll see all of those links and handles so that you can find me other places when you don't see me on YouTube. All right, that's it. If you like lives like this, let me know. I'll probably do a little bit more just like this. This is nice. I don't mind it. So yeah. Bye, y'all.